If you're running an e-commerce brand and you're facing issues with breaking through revenue plateaus, you're just hitting ceilings of revenue, you can't scale profitably, then this video is for you. I'm going to talk about one of the areas that we focus on with our clients where we optimize this area to be able to increase the ceiling of our scale and bust through those revenue plateaus. All right. So excited for this one, and I will see you on my computer. And just a quick proof for you guys so you can see that last month we hit 180K in revenue. Just a quick refresh here, and there you can see it. And just real quick, if you are looking for an agency, a partner to help you scale and grow your brand for you with a done-for-you service, this is exactly what we do for our clients. So if you're interested in that, there's a link down below in the description of this video where you can learn more about us on our website and of course book a time to chat. So let's dive into the video itself, right? I want to talk about how to unlock more scale and the main thing that we have seen drive more scale for our clients, right? So let's start by just talking about some background, right? So working with over 66 e-commerce brands and auditing a lot more, there's a key area that when done right, unlocks more scale for e-commerce brands, meaning they acquire new customers profitably, they have more room to scale ad spend profitably, and they grow faster, assuming inventory and supply chain is solid, of course, right? Assuming you stay in stock, assuming your shipping times and everything remain in a good standing. And whenever we're trying to scale, we focus on a few different areas. And one of the areas we focus on is the offer, and that's going to be the focus for today's video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build a strong introductory offer for new customer acquisition and which offer to build based on your price per product unit. An offer that will decommoditize you from your competitors and lead to higher conversion rate in AOV. That is the goal here, right? And why is this offer so important? Well, as you know, ad traffic cost is rising, it has been for years, and it is going to continue to do so. You must optimize your AOV and conversion rate to achieve profitable new customer acquisition. A strong offer allows you to do this. And of course, having that strong offer means higher AOV and higher conversion rate, which leads to lower CAC, customer acquisition cost, right? So what are we aiming towards when it comes to AOV and conversion rate? To have a North Star metric, use this calculation to determine whether the balance of your AOV and CVR, conversion rate, is high enough. Basically, we never look at AOV or conversion rate as like standalone metrics. We always look at them as a combination because usually one affects the other. So this calculation here, AOV multiplied by conversion rate equals $250 minimum. And then when you're doing this calculation, the conversion rate here is just the whole number, so without the percentage. An example would be, let's just say our AOV is $87, our conversion rate is 2.8%. We multiply 87 by 2.8, and that gives us $243.60. This is below 250, so it's too low, right? It's not far off, but technically still too low. So we either have to work on increasing AOV or conversion rate, or both, to get this number above 250. And most brands are nowhere near 250, right? Most brands are more like in the hundreds, right? The 100s. And there's a lot of work to be done, right? But in this video, I'm going to help you solve for this issue. All right, with that out of the way, let's talk about the offer structure for $70 price per unit or less, right? So if your price per product unit is $70 or less, here's what we've seen work best to get AOV to $70 to $120, which is usually a great spot to then shift focus to improving conversion rate. Because yes, you could try and increase your AOV, forever, right? That you could, technically there's an infinite amount that you could increase AOV to, but there's also a realistic sweet spot for, depends on your product, depends on the market, depends on the competition, all that stuff, right? So if you get AOV to like $70 to $120, closer to 100 is average, and that's the best. You can then shift your focus on how do you improve conversion rate to get that, conversion rate to 2.5, 3%. Okay. So how do we do this? Well, bundles, right? There's two types: pre-built bundles, usually starter kits, right? When we're talking about new customer acquisition, and quantity break bundles. So we're going to go through both of these. Let me just start by going through the pre-built bundles, just give you an example. So here is a starter bundle for socks, right? And you can get really creative with your bundles. A lot of people think you can only bundle like consumable products. That's not true. You can get creative and you can pair multiple, like depending on whether you're selling a consumable or not, you can get creative and build a bundle. And usually the name of the bundle is starter bundle, because it by name signifies to new customers that if I'm new to the brand, this is where I should start, right? And this starter bundle is $123.55. It's a great price point for AOV, and yeah, the customer gets 8 pairs of socks in total, right? So that's one example. Another example here is this premium starter kit in glass, and this is for like natural cleaning products. Basically, as you see here, they get a bunch of different glass bottles and then some consumable product, and this is $125. And again, the starter kit name is there. So very, very simple. When you're building out these bundles, you want to make sure that the products that you're pairing together are complementary, or at least products that your customers have shown to purchase together in the past, right? If you start pairing random products together, the model's not going to work, right? It needs to be based on some previous historic data, or at least some survey data that you can be sure of when you are putting the bundle together and choosing the products, okay? By any means, they should be tested anyway, right? Test different types of bundles. Don't test one bundle and stop there. Test, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, however many it takes bundles to find which, first of all, combination of products works best for you, but also the price point, right? And this brand doesn't have this here, but this brand does, is have the strike through, and I would also add the savings, right? Like how much the customer is saving by purchasing this bundle, okay? So those are pre-built bundles. Let's move into quantity break bundles. So a quantity break bundle is presenting the customer with 3 options. Option 1, usually 1 or 2 units of the same product. Option 2, usually 2 or 3 units of the same product plus a discount and or a free product. Option 3, usually 4, 5 or 6 units of the same product plus a discount and or free product. So let me show you an example. And just before I do this, with a quantity break bundle, you want to optimize the middle, the second option, right? So here we have an example of this. We have basically 3 options, right? A 30-day supply, which is 1 unit, a 90-day supply, which is 3 units, and a 180-day supply, which is 6 units, right? So this is a 1, 3, 6 example. Very, very common in consumables, supplements. Again, just if you don't have a consumable product, does not mean you cannot do an offer like this. You can get creative and you can do something like this for sure, right? And this is really, really optimized, as you can see. Basically, the more you buy, the more you save. The middle one is the most popular. We're optimizing towards the middle. It's, it is a little bit higher than the first one in terms of price point, but the price per serving is a lot lower. It includes free shipping, and you also get 46% off. So it's a big jump from 20% to 46% off, and it makes it more of a realistic option for customers when they realize that the savings that they're getting, right? It's very unlikely that the customers are going to buy this 180-day supply on the first purchase, right? Especially if they've never tried your product before, there's no reason why they should buy this. But the 3 is like, okay, like if I'm convinced that this is going to work, which I should already be by getting to the stage of the purchase journey, then yeah, maybe I'll try this and I'll spend a little bit more money to get a lot more value. And really, this is what this brand and I recommend you optimizing for, the middle option, right? Because of course, we don't want people to buy one. We want them to buy more and therefore increase the AOV. And yeah, that's what's going to allow us to do that, right? So just going back up here, as I mentioned, we're optimizing towards the middle, the second option. Customers are unlikely to go for the most expensive option, as we just spoke about, especially when they've never purchased from you before. So give them a very good reason to purchase the middle, right? 2 or 3 units, usually. In the example, it's 3 units. And this usually means a strong discount or additional free product can be another product in your ecosystem, right? So what I've seen before is you buy 3, you save 30%, and you also get a free travel pack of the same product, or you get, a complementary product, which is obviously complementary to the main thing they're buying. You price the middle option not too far for the first option, or you make the savings really compelling, right? And always include the price per unit and the savings the customer is getting below each option, as we saw. All right. So that is offer structures for a $70 price point per unit or less. Now let's talk about the offer structure for $71 price per unit or more. So basically, if you're selling a product, your hero product is like $71 or more, this is what we've seen work best, right? And the goal here is to get AOV to $100 plus, right? And again, that's usually a great spot to then shift focus to improving conversion rate. So the first way to do this is price testing, and sounds very simple. We're going to get into this in a moment. You could also do, or do gamified cart upsells, plus in-checkout upsells, plus post-purchase upsells. And upsells here are products that have a lower price point than the hero product. I'm going to show you a few examples of each of these in a moment. So let's just talk about price testing to begin with. Quick case study, we did price testing for one of our clients and found that increasing the price from $99 to $119 had very little impact on conversion rate, and of course that led to a much higher AOV and revenue per customer. We were able to improve ad performance as a result as well, just because we had more room. So how do you price test? Well, the first thing you want to do is you want to create a spreadsheet that you'll use to keep track of changes to price, AOV, and conversion rate. You will start by adding some price points above your current price in the spreadsheet, right? Usually this is done in increments of $5 to $10, with $10 being on the higher end. You know, if your product is already priced at like $149, a $10 increment in price increase is not going to be a lot, right? If you're increasing from let's just say like 75 to 85, it's much higher in terms of the percentage increase, right? So maybe if your product is $75, you might want to start by increasing that to 80 or $79.99 and seeing what impact that has, right? So hopefully that makes sense. Once you change the price and you roll that out as a test, plan to keep the new price live for 2 weeks to get enough data, monitor the performance daily, really, really important, and put the numbers into the spreadsheet, right, on a day-by-day basis. If performance of AOV and conversion rate takes a severe drop, revert back to the original price and test another amount. Always measure performance of AOV and conversion rate with the calculation we went through earlier in this video, where the multiplication of both of those numbers is, we're aiming for that to be 250 or higher. And if you find a winning price point, roll that out as a new permanent price, right? So really, really important here, when you're testing price and when you're increasing price, it's likely that you're going to see a conversion rate drop. But the question is there an increase in AOV outweighing a conversion rate drop, right? So basically you always want to run a scenario. You want to do like revenue per customer, right? Because if our AOV increases from $70 to $100, but our conversion rate only goes from 1.8% to 1.7%, our revenue per customer is likely going to be higher, and therefore overall revenue and AOV to conversion rate balance is also going to be higher as well, right? So don't be like, if you see the conversion rate starts taking a dip, always do the calculation of AOV and CVR, right? See where you're at in terms of the 250 benchmark, because that's really the North Star metric that we're aiming towards here. So moving into upsells, let's first talk about gamified cart upsells. First thing you want to do is you want to use a cart drawer. This is basically when someone clicks add to cart, there's a slide out cart that happens. Usually on desktop, it's from the right hand side out. On mobile, it covers the full screen, but this is more of an optimized experience, and you're going to see why in just a moment. You want to add a progress bar to the top of the cart drawer. You want to add stages where the customer unlocks more savings, free shipping or free gift. I'm going to show you an example of this in just a moment. You add more products in the cart itself so customers can easily add more to their cart. And if the cart value for a new customer is the same most of the time, right, meaning you're pushing customers towards one or more products with similar AOV from your ads, then you can strategically place the unlocks in the cart progress bar not far from where the current cart value is, right? So example, a customer can spend just $10 more for example, and get a free gift. So just to kind of reword this in a different way, let's just say that you have a hero product, it's the product that is the best seller, it's the one that you're pushing through ads. Let's just say that product has a $70 price point, right? We want to increase our AOV. We're doing this through upsells. In the cart itself, we know that if someone adds the product to cart, the cart value is $70, right? Because the product price point is $70. Then what we can do is we can say, hey, just add $10 more, right? And unlock this free gift or unlock free shipping. And what that does is it increases the AOV from 70 to 80, not a big jump for the customer, and the customer is getting value in return. So we increase the AOV, customer gets more value. It's a win-win, right? And you can go further with this and say, once you're at $80, hey, add another $5 to get to $85 and unlock this free gift. So really we want to put the gamification just outside of the customer's reach, where it means that they don't have to spend a ton more money to unlock the next thing. So let me show you an example of how this looks in practice. So here we have a cart from True Classic, an apparel brand, and at the cart at the top it says unlock free gifts, add $9.01 more to get free shipping. So I've added this product to cart, and you can see that if I just add $9 more, which is like one more t-shirt or whatever, and it puts me over that threshold, I'm going to get free shipping. It's a no-brainer, right? And it's going to increase their AOV from 69 to 79. Okay, and you can see that inside the cart itself, we have some recommended products where I can shop these products easily, and they're giving me these low-value items on purpose, right? These socks, these underwear, because I only need to add $10 more. So maybe these products are priced at like $15, $10. There's no point me adding $30 to cart, right? Let's get over this threshold first, and then maybe once I'm in this one, I'm going to be in a different mindset, right? To add more expensive products to cart. So this is a great example. There are apps you can use to build carts like this. I will caveat, this is custom built, so you're not going to expect to have something like this, but you can achieve very, very close functionality with an app. Upcart is a great one. Rebuy is another great one. You can play around with both. Okay. So going back to the next upsells, this is in checkout upsells. Usually maximum 2 offers that customers can add to their order right in the checkout itself. And if you're on Shopify, just note that this feature is currently only available for merchants on Shopify Plus. So an example of this here is basically, this is inside the checkout itself, and frequently bought together, I have 2 options to add these products to cart. Usually what I'd like to see is like some sort of saving, some sort of discounted strike-through price, which will just encourage more take rate on these offers, right? Almost like one-time offers within the checkout itself, okay? So those are the in-checkout upsells. As I mentioned, usually maximum 2. You can play around with having 1, 2, or 3, okay? And then finally, post-purchase upsells. So this is a one-time offer that appears before customers reach the thank you page. Usually more of the same product, right? You're just offering more of the same product at a discount, or it could be another complementary product. So an example of this, and I actually just pulled this from one of the apps, Shopify sales pages, but this is Aftersell, a great app for post-purchase upsells. And this one from Feastables, you can see, says, Jane, it's not too late to get more, grab another 15% off, right? And it's basically like countdown timer, limited time, one-time offer, and they just need to click accept now, buy now, and it's automatically going to add that to their order without them having to go through the checkout process again, right? So it's very, very effective, and it's not going to affect your conversion rate because customers have already made the purchase, right? So if anything, even if you have a low take rate, 3%, 4% take rate on one of these offers, and it just adds another $10, $20 to the order value of those customers, it's still going to lead to quite a decent increase in your overall AOV, right? So highly recommend you having one of these as well. So that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this. As I mentioned at the start of this video, if you are looking for a partner, an agency to come in and work with you guys, do done-for-you service, help you guys scale up, break through those revenue barriers that you're trying to hit, then link below this video to our website. Check us out, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.